kind of another update within an update of another update, I guess, of the tractor thing. I decided that we're gonna just put the fuel pump on and we're gonna leave the carburetor where it is for now. I bought a kit for it and I was gonna rebuild it. I actually had it off and apart, and I just don't think that this is the problem. So we're going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. It may bite me in the hiney. But one thing I was going to mention to you guys is that this is not a John Deere carburetor. This carburetor is off of a Allis Chalmers 190 gas. Couple years back, I took this tractor in to have it separated to work on the clutch. We needed some clutch work done. Down the road from us, a couple miles, there's an old gentleman, used to be a John Deere mechanic, and he worked for John Deere for many years and then decided to go out on his own. And so he opened up kind of a side business for himself. And I've taken this there a couple times to have it worked on stuff that I didn't have time to do, or I needed it because of the hay season was pushing, or for whatever various reasons. Well, anyway, when I had it in there for the original first time to break it apart to work on the clutch, he called me down because I wanted to see it apart to see what was inside of it, kind of learn. And he told me, he says, you know that this tractor has an Allis Chalmers carburetor. And I said, no, I really didn't know that. And I said, but it's good to know. He says, yeah. He says, back in the day when they first came out with these tractors, this is a 67 John Deere 3020 gas. He says, when they first came out with these tractors, they had a hard time setting the throttles and making them run right and making them run smooth. They didn't run good at all with the regular Zenith carburetors that came with them. So he says somewhere down the line, some mechanic figured out that an Allis Chalmers 190 carburetor would pretty much fit on these 3020s. So it's a little bit smaller. If you look at the bolt pattern here, the bolts sit a little bit on the outsides, but for the most part, they will bolt right up to it. The great thing about it is that he was telling me is that you have your fuel inlet, you have your slow idle adjustment, you have down in here you have a choke lever, and you have your throttle. And that's pretty much it to that carburetor as far as adjustments. You can take them apart and change out the things inside, but those four little items are pretty much it for the adjusting on it. I've had this tractor for over 20 years, and I've ran that carburetor on it, and it's always ran really good. Yeah, there's a few times where I've left gas sit in it and it's kind of gummed it up, so I've had to rebuild it, but for the most part, that Allis carburetor is a pretty unique carburetor and makes these things run really well. So right now we're going to leave that on there, and we're going to see how it reacts to it. Let's see, I don't think I can do this with so good. We'll have to see how this does. I'll keep track of the oil to see that it doesn't have any fuel in it, which it doesn't appear to right there. So anyway, that should be kind of the end of the update of all the updates that I've had on this tractor. We'll get hooked up to the swather and hopefully cut some hay this Wednesday or Thursday and see how it all runs. So there you go. Talk to you later. Thanks for viewing. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks.